why women deserve to make just as much as men do. Just wake up and realize that without women, where are we at?
Because it pisses me off. It pisses me off because I don't think there's anyone in America that supports the WNBA more than NBA players.
If I told you to name all 12 current WNBA teams, would you be able to? For years and years and years, the WNBA has been perceived as less exciting than its counterpart, the NBA. But finally, in 2024, the tables are starting to turn, and things are about to change. Recently, the WNBA commissioner has hinted at the idea of expansion for the league.
So first, our plan and goal is to get to 16 teams in the next few years.
But how does this actually impact the future of women's basketball? Let's take a step back and unpack this together. In 1997, the WNBA was created by the National Basketball Association Board of Governors as a women's analog to the NBA. Each of the first 8 WNBA franchises were located in cities where there was also an NBA team. This would often include nicknames and color styles that were reflective of their men's counterparts. With the idea of promoting women's basketball, the NBA would launch with hopes of growing to a similar size as its main moneymaker.
Anthony for 3. Bang! That one goes down and the game is tied!
At initial launch, the excitement gave the WNBA a boost in home game attendance. But then, things drastically started to change as time progressed. By 2017, TV viewership hit an all-time low, marking a disappointing roadblock for the league 20 years into launch. But what was causing the drop-off in viewership? Was it talent disparity? Conflicting sports seasons? We can all objectively argue, but it was clear something needed to change ASAP.
It was just very, very disappointing how trash these WNBA players are.
With less than 27 years of existence, the league is still young. And with the recent talent rising like Ryan Howard, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Juju Watkins, it is apparent that the WNBA is finally getting up to speed. And as a proof of concept, viewership has already begun spiking before stars like Caitlin and Juju even entered the league. I mean, when we think about what makes the NBA so great, it's the factor of entertainment we see from stars like Stephen Curry and Anthony Edwards. The ability to play fundamental basketball when needed, but also entertain a crowd. And for years, the WNBA has been the opposite. It has been the home of fundamental basketball, and it all makes sense when you don't have superhuman athleticism to rely on and bail you out. Now, the WNBA is receiving some talent that can entertain an entire globe.
You're talking about Caitlin Clark, who entered the season in 37th place on my all-time scoring list. And at the rate she's scoring, it didn't really take long for her to climb. Look at these names.
With the first pick, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin.
And the league is definitely in the right position to reach a more global audience, similar to the NBA. But what moves exactly can WNBA leaders make to propel the growth of their league? Simple, actually. Expansion. In the world of sports, only a few things capture the imagination quite like league expansion. And why? It's the thrill of stepping into uncharted territory, the promise of new markets, and the potential for game-changing revenue opportunities. But as leagues across the globe consider expansion, they're not just looking to grow their reach, they're aiming for complete domination in viewership ratings across the globe. Take the National Football League, for example. With its eyes set on international expansion, the NFL hosted 5 overseas games in 2023, acquiring fans across England, Germany, and Brazil. Meanwhile, over in the National Basketball Association, Commissioner Adam Silver is cooking up some expansion magic of his own. With his eyes set on Mexico City, he aims to plant the NBA flag firmly in Latin America. But what does all this expansion talk mean for the future of women's basketball? Well, it's a chance to score big, and I mean really big. When a new team comes to a town, it's not just about the wins and losses that can come. It's about tapping into a whole new fan base, selling more tickets, and boosting revenue across the board. I mean, what else would you have to do on a Thursday night? According to Commissioner Kathy, the WNBA is pretty confident it will expand to 16 teams by the 2028 season.
So first, our plan and goal is to get to 16 teams in the next few years.
With plans for a Bay Area expansion team in 2025 and the goal of adding a 14th team by 2026, the WNBA is on a mission to change the game. From Philly to Toronto to Denver and even further, the league is exploring potential landing spots, each with its own unique sets of challenges and opportunities. With each new team comes new opportunities, new rivals, new dreams, and as the WNBA continues to blaze a trail for women in sports, one thing is for certain: the future has never looked brighter. Thank you for watching this video. If you also want to see some other sports videos, then click these two videos here.